All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, vehicle is all polished up, ready to rock and roll. And now we're on to the easy, funner part. So, today we are going to be doing the final step before coating. Now, a lot of people use panel prep, and that's okay, it works. With whatever coating you're using, the manufacturer of that coating recommends you use their brand of panel prep. Now, I have also seen plenty of people who, use whatever panel prep they have on hand and they say it works. So, hey, whatever floats your boat. But after I have used a product, I'm done. I'm over using panel prep unless it's for glass. Now, some of you may already know what product I'm going to use, but here it is. C6 APP, Adhesion Promoter Polish. So the great thing about this product, when you apply it, you need a machine with a throw between 2 millimeter and 9. I have my handy dandy Adams, what is it? I think this is a 9 millimeter throw, so it works out perfect. Use the red waffle pad, and I'm sitting here shaking up the coating. Before I apply it, I will put gloves on because when I go to wipe off the polish, I don't want any of my body oils from my fat hands getting onto the surface that will negatively affect the bonding of the coating. So let's get our pad ready to go. I have polish shaken up. And what you're going to do is apply 1, 2, 3, 4 drops to start off with. L4 dropos. Now, you want to put your machine on the low speed because you don't want to overwork the polish. The other great thing is if you don't have a polisher, you can also use a orbital sander with the pad on it. Just make sure it's between a 2 and 9 millimeter throw, and make sure you have the pad, your polish, and all you're doing is you are applying this product like a wax. You are just getting it on the surface. So without further ado, I'm ready to get this thing coated and get that done, and then I can move on to the next part. So let's get going. I'm going to readjust the angle, and we're going to watch, about the driver's side of the vehicle, and then we will come back with the coating, and then I will let you know what coating is going on this vehicle to protect it for the long haul. Hopefully it holds up better than the G-Techna coating, but we'll go over that at the very, very end, and I want to get your opinion. So let's readjust and let's get the show on the road. All right, so as stated, machine is on speed 2, and we are going to apply this like a wax. You're not working it in, get it on the surface, you're good. Now, one other benefit of the APP polish is that once it's on the surface, you can wipe it off and coat right away, or I believe you have up to, it's either 12 or 24 hours to coat. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm not a big fan. Once I get this on, I want to get this done. and get the vehicle coated so it can start curing and getting ready for the elements. So let's go. Start here in the middle. What I'm doing, the method I'm going with is when I get to a new panel, I'm kind of boxing it in and just filling in the spot. Now, according to Ivan, when you're using the APP polish, you can get many panels done. You know, you could probably go down the whole side of the vehicle before reapplying. Now, as long as the product is going on the surface, you're good to keep going. So, what I've been able to get applied so far is the hood, the front bumper, and the side fender here. And I'm going to move over to the rest of the fender, or the front bumper, my bad. There we go. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is readjust you all, and we are going to switch over to a time lapse, and I'll get half the roof, the driver's side done, and then I'm just going to keep chugging along, and then we'll be back to see how the wipe off experience is, how easy or difficult it is. It should not be difficult, but let's see what happens. All right, right into that time lapse. All right, so just like that, not even 10 minutes, and I'm done applying the app. I'm pretty sure if Ivan sees this video, he's gonna say I did the Nick McGurk method of applying it, and it's probably too heavy, but hey, I know it's on the surface, so you should be able to wipe it off with ease. Let's see how easy it is. No issues, just doing my thing. Now, the great thing, now that I have some of the APP polish on my towel, what I can do because I did polish the wiper blade arms, is, check this out. Boom, boom. Now we can coat them. Now, this is coming off real easy. Not having any issues here. But what I will do when I'm done with this, before I get into the coating, is I'm going to take a cool off break. Just because one of the biggest annoyances of coating here in Texas when it's hot is you do all that work to prep the vehicle and you start dripping sweat, either right before or right on the spot you just coated. So once I'm done with removing APP polish, I'm going to cool off a little bit just so I'm not stepping backwards with all this work I've done today. So that's going to be it for now. Let me finish with the wiping off of APP polish, and then we'll be back for the fun part. So shouldn't take long, coming off nice and easy. So I will catch you all as soon as I'm done with that. All right, all finished with removing C6 app. Actually, there's a little spot I got to get right there. So the coating that is going to be going on the Outback here is Nasiol ZR53. Already cut it open. Package was a little headache to get open, so let's see what you get in the box. Man, that's stiff. There we go. All right. So we got a 50 ml bottle of our coating. Give it a shake. Come on. Pull that out. It's nice and rubberized. We got our coating block. I'm going to let that air up a little bit. And then you also get a towel. It's actually a good sized towel. Get this ready. Set that right there. Let's see. Number 2 towel. Let's see, is this? I'd almost say that this is your initial leveling. The other one is your final wipe. It looks a little bit fluffier. You also get your dropper, so don't lose that. Oh, nice. A whole bunch of suede applicators that are Nasiol branded. excited because this is the first time I will be using the suede block. Got a Nasiol sticker. Put that in the window. Let's see. You get one pair of gloves. I don't know what size they are. I'm going to use my own and I'll see if those fit. And then you also get this card, instructions, more instructions. So according to the directions, let's see. Keep the coated surfaces away from direct sunlight, elements, surfaces, types of contamination, water exposure for 24 hours. Please wait 48 hours for nano coating to cure and become resistant to abrasion and chemicals before any detergent-based washing. I'm going to give it a week. Shelf life of product is 24 months from production. I don't know. Does it tell you the production? Produced in 24. So we're a little over a year into it. So shaking up the bottle. Let's see. I'm going to get that wiped off before we start, and I'm going to try and get a really good angle so we can see. I also just watched a video just to make sure I know what signs to look for on when the coating is ready to be leveled. This is a sweating type coating. So, and an interesting thing I saw as well from, I believe his name is Jeremy with Nasiol. And what he said is, 20 to 30 seconds is what I've heard for the leveling, or when it starts to sweat up on itself. But one thing he stated, if you let it sit a little bit longer, it seems to be easier to wipe off and level. So what I'm going to do, as soon as I see the sweating, I figure give it an extra 10 seconds and then level. And we're going to do a very light and easy leveling because you don't want to put too much pressure, because abrasion is the death of all coatings. The bottle comes with this topper, or the stopper. So that's, come on, any day, come on. There we go. Try not to. Jesus. Come on. Any day stopper. Oh, coating on my finger. Might have to get it. So, at least for my bottle, the stopper's really in there. It's like getting sucked back in. Hold on, let me get this dang thing off. We'll be right back. I'm struggling, apparently. It's adult proof. Look, Ma, I got it. Only took a pair of damn pliers to get it out for myself. So, all right, let's get into the fun part. Let's get coating. I'm going to start off on the upper surfaces. So when I start sweating my ass off, I'm not dripping sweat onto a freshly coated surface. So let me reposition the camera and let's get this going. All right. So with all coatings, let me make sure where you can see it. You want to apply the coating to your applicator a little bit heavier on the first go. So what we're going to do, make sure I'm getting it on there. One line, heavy like that. Boom. All right, let's start off here. Do a little something like that. And honestly, I'm already starting to sweat. I might need to apply a little bit heavier. So they were saying, let's see, level, I'm gonna call this level 1. Actually, let me redo a little more. I don't think it's heavy enough. Okay, see if that's enough. All right, so I see a little bit of beading over here. Let's wait for the rest of it to do its thing. Yeah, I think so. After, so it's starting to bead here. So 1, 10. Let's level it nice and easy. All right, go like that. Sorry if I'm kicking you. So it is slick. Nice light move or leveling. So let's go on. And I think I'm going to shrink my work area down. Okay. Level 1. You're looking for a sweating effect. Surprised it's not sweating a little bit faster. It's 91 degrees in this damn garage. And maybe also what I'm going to try on the next one is I'm going to do the up, down, left and right, call it good. All right, so beating. Nice light wipes. Like that. Okay. Let me readjust you. Now let's try one more. Let's see. So let's go like right here. Okay. Now we let it sit. So can you see that on camera? Yeah, all right, sweet. So it looks like this coating likes to go on real heavy and thick. Slowly getting there. See the beginnings of sweating. Let's see. All right, sweating. wonder how far we can let this thing stretch. Okay, nice, real light wipes. I'll grab this. Work outside your area. All right, all right. I'm getting the slickness. Now, just make sure you really put it on there. So I'm going to finish the rest of the vehicle. We'll check back in when I'm all done. So I'll catch you on the outro and the final checkup. All right, so all finished with the coating. Had a couple high spots I found that had to fix. Another note on that, if you are using Nasiol ZR53, I highly recommend, one, really soak that applicator. Two, focus on one section, and maybe every couple sections, you need to flip to a new side of your towel. Maybe have a couple towels on hand and ready for leveling. I had a high spot. I mean, shit, it's less than an hour old. And I had to polish that thing off. And this is a 3-year coating, but also I know they claim 3 years with no maintenance. So this is a stout coating. One thing I will give it, after it's cured for a little bit, it is crazy slick. So it is the slickest coating I have used, but you need to take your time. Focus on one section at a time. Triple, quadruple check your work, and that'll make your life a lot easier. So, because there's a section, I went over it multiple times. I got done with the door, and then I re-went over the whole door with another leveling towel, and then there was still high spot. So take your time, load up the applicator, and just take it easy. Another thing I learned, if you are sweating profusely and it hits that coating, it's going to cure instantly, and you're gonna have to polish it off, and it's gonna be a hassle. So that's going to be a wraps for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know I'm glad I'm done coating because the struggle was real. Dripping sweat everywhere, fighting high spots. So we will see how the first wash is, and we'll do that in a week or two, give or take. They do say to let it stay indoors for 24 hours. I'm not able to do that because of work, but we'll see how it is. And honestly, if it is curing up that hard and that fast, I think you can handle a little bit of water after, say, 12 hours or so. But definitely, if you have a garage or something, leave it in the garage as long as you possibly can. I even got the wiper blade arms polished and touched up. So that's going to be a wraps. Hope you all enjoyed it. I will catch you on the next video. If you like the kind of content I'm putting out, hit the like button, comment, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you later, guys.